Charlie, Luke from Rambutan. Do you guys know what that means? Rambutans?
Like the fruit.
Yeah, thank you.
People know what that is.
I didn't know there was. Yeah, I thought you guys made up a new word.
Do you want to go first?
Sure.
There you go.
Thanks, Andy.
Yeah, thank you, Andy.
So I'm Charlie and this is Luke.
Hi.
And we're online marketing consultants. We run a small consultancy called Rambutan Digital, like the fruit. And today we're going to talk about modern concepts in content marketing, SEO and metrics. So we're going to start off slow, just going through how we use content marketing, and then we're going to build up to how we work with SEO and content together, and then move into how we measure success.
Does everybody know what SEO is?
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Okay, so we're going to try and start off answering the basic questions and then go from there into something a little more advanced. So hopefully everybody will be able to keep up. And if you have a question, just say.
Yeah, just shout it.
Just shout at us and we'll come up with an answer.
Okay, so in the first half, I'm going to talk about the purpose of a content marketing strategy and run through all the types of content that we might use and where to go from there. And then Luke's going to take over and talk about how we then attract customers to that content. And in the second half, after a break, I'm going to talk about converting users. So when people come to that content, how we're going to push them through a sales funnel using content. And then Luke will finish off with all of the metrics that we use for our content. So the first section, what is content marketing and why would we use it? So content marketing is about creating content that brings customers to you. So sometimes it's called inbound marketing, anything that's making them come to your website. So there's loads and loads of different kinds of content, and the kind of content that we might do depends totally on the business, the sector, the industry. You guys probably know, and it's probably all different for all of you, depending on the country you're marketing in, the type of people you're marketing to. So some of the most common ones, articles and blog posts, which I'm sure most of you cover when you're working with content, newsletters, infographics, videos, social media, loads of different kinds. And they're all examples of content marketing because they contain some kind of message that you're trying to communicate through the content to attract people to your website. So it would be great if you guys could tell me, just shout out what kind of content you guys use for the companies you're working for.
Blog posts.
Blog posts? Yeah, cool.
Social media.
Which social media do you use?
Facebook, Twitter,
Okay.
and Pinterest recently. And
Pinterest?
LinkedIn for the professional side.
How's Pinterest going?
Very well.
Yeah? Cool. Anyone else?
Does anybody use video?
We're doing live. We're starting with live video, and hopefully soon we're launching podcasts. Long.
Oh yeah, podcast. Podcast too? Great. How about you, Andy? What do you do for
Well,
your...
mostly, there's the Agave Lab stuff that we do, and then there's the portfolio companies, but it's mostly like blog posts, social media. We're swinging more toward video for Digit specifically because I think it's more engaging, for what we're trying to do. So yeah, that's it.
Nice. Okay, cool. So the first thing when you start content marketing is, as you probably know, setting the purpose of what you're trying to achieve. Loads of companies go kind of gung-ho into content marketing without having set goals or know exactly what the direction is. So the first thing we always start doing is setting the purpose of why we're doing something. So one of the big ones is to gain organic traffic to your website. So you know on Google there's like the paid ads that come at the top, and then there's the organic rankings that come after. And the long-term aim for most businesses is to get higher up on those organic rankings through search engine queries. So for example, if someone Googles what is the best laptop of 2017, the first result is most likely going to be an article about that, which has got there through good SEO, so good optimization for search engines, and good content basically. So if the user clicks through to that website, then that's an organic visitor that you've got. Is this making sense? Okay, cool. Okay, so organic results, we really gun for organic results in this industry because they're 8.5 times more likely to be clicked on than the paid ads. That's definitely true in the US and the UK anyway. Mexico might be slightly different. The second purpose of content marketing is generating leads for your website. So we want to cultivate customers who might want to buy the products on the site, or even if that's a long term and it takes a long time to sell them, that's the point of getting them to the website. So certain types of content which is really, really good for lead generation particularly, is more kind of complex content. So going beyond blog posts and social media posts, more towards webinars, ebooks, courses, things that are like really more complex and in depth. They tend to be really good for lead generation. So 60% of businesses that blog acquire more customers than those who don't. Another reason to be using blogs as a long-term content strategy. Then probably one of the last ones, which is a slightly kind of more fluffy concept, is building the brand trust. I say fluffy because it's more difficult to measure than the exact number of leads or the exact volume of traffic that's coming through. So it's all about helping people discover your company, getting people talking about the products and services that you have, and influencing the public perception. So a really good example that I like to use is these guys. They're Roma boots, and they're like a vegan gumboot brand. So if you type like Roma boots into Google, they're super new, but all the results are just like bloggers reviewing them. So they've just sent their boots out to loads of bloggers and been like, hey, we'd love you to wear them, post some photos on your social media, write what you think. So if someone like Googles like vegan boots, Roma boots, like, you know, whatever, rain boots, then all of these reviews come up being like, our boots are awesome.
You want to
Sure.
sing a little song.
Okay. So I was just saying about the Roma boots, having sent all of their boots out to bloggers to review. Is it on?
Yeah.
Okay. And so that's really awesome because the figures show that 81% of the population trust what bloggers say. So in terms of building trust in your brand, it's like a really massive way to increase brand awareness and trust. So a summary of this section is making sure that you're using content that's really working for the audience that you're marketing to. Looking to build organic traffic over a really long time. So that's a more sustainable way of doing things, whereas paid advertising is really expensive. So it's kind of a short-term way to get customers going to your website. And then organic traffic is a sustainable long-term solution to keep customers coming all of the time. The second purpose is generating leads for that website. So you want to start getting leads so that eventually you can push them through a sales funnel and turn them into paying customers. And then building your brand trust. So you start the conversation about your brand so that you're leading it and people aren't the ones who are making the perception of your brand. So you want to stay in control of it, and content marketing is like a really good way to make sure that you're the voice behind the brand and that other people don't just like take it and run with their own opinions of it. Okay, so
Thanks.
over to you, Luke.